At some point in all our lives, well, maybe not all our lives, but a lot of us, okay? A lot of us. We see an ad somewhere for a free piano. And we think, oh, free piano. I used to take piano lessons. I can play chopsticks, mostly. And sometimes on a really good day, with practice, I can play the beginner's version of Canon in D. It would be really nice to have a free piano in my home. And you're going to think, I'm going to get this piano for my children. My children. And maybe, just maybe, you're a single mom and you know pianos are heavy. So you're going to ask people to help you move this free piano into your house. You might even be lucky enough to have a mom, dad, significant other at the time. Convince them, hey, help me move this free piano into my house. No, it's not tuned, but I'm going to get it tuned. I'm going to bring it back to life. I'm going to use this free piano. I'm going to learn how to play again. I'm going to teach my kids how to play piano. Or maybe not teach them, but get them lessons. They're going to learn how to play piano. So, sorry, I'm starting a fire. Your family reluctantly volunteers after they beg you not to do it because it's a mistake. You think, how can it be a mistake? It's a free piano. And they tell you, if you bring this piano into your house, I am not helping you move it. Once it's in your house, it's there to stay. I'm not coming to help you move it out. When you move, the piano goes with the house. So, yeah. And maybe this is an old house and it also had a bit of a mouse problem from time to time, especially right before winter. You would think that's unrelated, but I promise you it's related. So we moved this heavy ass piano into my house. Yes, this story is about me if you haven't figured that out. And they complain about it the whole time. My mom, who actually wasn't helping move it anyway, she just was directing everyone else as she does. My dad, my significant other at the time, my children watching, very hopeful about this piano. We moved this heavy piano, damaged the floors, moving it into the house, of course. Finally get it there, so excited. And shortly after the piano came into the house, still hadn't gotten it tuned, but noticed that I wasn't hearing or seeing mice anymore. I'm like, that's weird. Didn't think it was related to that in any way, of course. I didn't hear them anymore. Until one night, in the middle of the night, I heard loud noises thumping around. I'm like, that's weird. Sounds kind of like the mice, but louder. Yeah, so I decided that the mice are back. And I put out rat traps, mouse, rat poison, whatever, trying to get rid of these mice that were back and loud. Obviously bigger, they'd grown. Yeah, Jack. Yes. So, one day, I'm doing the laundry. Actually, there was a hole. The mice had some places that they like to go. One was under the bathroom sink in the laundry room, and there was a little mouse hole. And that's one of the places I'd put the rat poison. That's also my laundry room. Keep that in mind. So I went to do my laundry, dumped my laundry in the washer, threw some suds in there, ran it through. It was finished, pulled it out, pulling out piece by piece, and suddenly I pull out a dead rat by the tail. I kid you not, a dead rat by the tail in my house. I threw the rat as far as I could fling the rat. I screamed bloody murder. I was there by myself. Nobody was coming to my aid, so I had to retrieve the rat that I had flung then. Of course, I burned my clothing that I had washed with the rat outside. I'm like, where did this rat come from? Oh my gosh, I have rats now. Thankfully, I didn't hear any more noises. After that, I'm like, okay, there was only one rat. I killed it. It ended up in my laundry. That's another story. But there was one rat, and it's gone now. Years later, selling the house, and I'm like, dang it, that piano that I never got tuned. Actually, I had somebody come look at it, and lo and behold, it was beyond repair, as my family had told me it would be. And true to their word, they would not help me move it. I'm like, okay, I got to move this piano. So I start tearing it apart piece by piece. Maybe you're starting to figure out where this is going by now. First, I find some dog food under the keys. I'm like, that's weird. Why is there dog food under the piano keys? And then I'm taking apart the box underneath, and I find this like 70s-ish Christmas wrapping paper. I'm like, what? Wrapping paper? And there's more wrapping paper and more wrapping paper, like going back in history. And I realized that, oh, it's forming a nest. And there's this necklace coming out of the wrapping paper. And I reach out and realize before I touch it, no, that is the remains of a rat tail sticking out of this nest that was in the piano, the free piano that I insisted on bringing into my home. So I'm like, now I got to get rid of this piano while my kids come home. And my oldest, being a bit of a science nut, he decides he wants to keep the rat remains for a science project. So then I have to carefully excavate. I can't just scoop up the whole thing and throw it away because he wants to use the rat, what's left of it, for a science project. And so we start taking it piece by piece, and lo and behold, it's this perfectly intact, full-on grown rat skeleton. I don't know if it was the mom and I had killed the dad and he brought poison home to her. I don't know. But there was a pair of rats, okay, that I brought into my house in this free piano. I did get all that piano taken apart, and I also took it outside and burned it, what would burn. And that rat was in a cardboard box in my son's room for a long time, and he never did use it for a science project. So I just had, rat remains in my house for quite some time. But long story short, don't ever bring a free piano into your home. I promise you, you will regret it. That's my advice for today.